Let's paint on a saw. So, my mother and my stepfather just moved into a new house for them, but an old house nonetheless. And it came with a shed. And when my stepfather went into the shed, he found this old hand saw. So I looked at it and I go, I want to paint that. And the reason I want to paint that is because my boyfriend's grandmother did this before on her husband's or her grandfather's, I can't remember which one, saw that he didn't use anymore. And I was like, that's an awesome idea, and now I want to do it. So this is an old, I don't know how old, it's rusty, it's gross, it's a saw. It's a hand saw, and I'm gonna, fix this up a little bit over here, and I'm gonna paint the blade, because that's what my boyfriend's grandmother did. So that's what I want to do today. That's what I want to start with. I'm gonna just clean up some of this gross stuff around here, and I'm gonna wipe it down, and I think I'm gonna start with a white base coat and move from there. I don't think I'm gonna do the handle just yet. I think I'm gonna leave that for last. So I think first I'm gonna do everything with the blade. So let's get started on that. So, while I dry this off, I do want to talk about what I want to paint on this. And what I want to paint on this is a mountain range. Not only because that's what my stepfather said would be cool on it, but also my mom and my stepfather live in the Adirondack Mountains in New York. Well, not in them, but they're like at the bottom of them. So I decided I wanted to do the Adirondack Mountains. I think that would be really cool. I found a really nice reference picture of fall near a lake. Not sure what lake, but a lake. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this. It might be a little hard with all of these grooves, but I will figure it out. I'll make it work. I'm gonna paint it white like I had said before, so let's get that done. Hey guys, so while I clean the saw and put a nice white base coat on it, I would just like to tell you what is going to be the future of my channel. I'm looking to do just one video a week. There isn't going to be a set day. I know for a long time there was just Mondays, and then it was just Tuesdays, and now it's where the hell's the video? Because sometimes I just don't have time with there being work and it being art related. A lot of art stuff is a lot harder to edit and do the whole project and then get it out all in one week. A lot of the times I am doing several projects over the course of a couple of weeks and hoping to get at least one of them done for the week's video. So for now, it's just going to be whenever it comes out. Like, I know this video is very late and I'm sorry about that, but like I just said, it's not going to be set anymore. So right now I'm painting the sky. A lot of it's going back and forth. I am going to give you a reference picture to see what I'm doing. It's not going to be a perfect representation. I have not, if ever, painted anything super realistic. I don't know, I'm not really a realism person when it comes right down to it. I'm pretty good with like pastels and charcoal, but I don't usually paint anything realistic. Usually it's just for fun and cartoony stuff because that's easiest to paint. So for now, I'm just doing, the sky, and then I'll be doing the mountain and all that. So I just wanted to come in here and let you know what's going on with my channel, and I'll talk about the saw a little bit. So as I said before, my boyfriend's grandmother had painted a saw, and I just thought that was a great idea when I saw this old saw. How many times have I said saw? Saw. So I'm just doing a lot of back and forth. There is going to be a couple skips here because I did do this in a couple of days. So there is quite a few skipping areas. My nails changed quite a few times. So don't mind all that. I know it might be a little confusing, but you know. And it was very hard to film this saw close up or far away because there is a big, you know, it's a big section. It's thin, but it's long. That's what she said. Anyway, sorry. Not for children. Never said it was. Anyway, so right now I am working on the details of the trees. By details, I mean I'm literally just putting dots everywhere. And again, it's not going to be a perfect representation of the reference picture. I do not do the water crystal clear like it is. It is much more wavy. And when I do get to the water, you'll see that I did not at all do a perfect mirror at all. I just kind of did it like it was a very rough, wavy day and the water is not calm. So I do this on this one section and a little bit on the left section before I just jump over to that being finished, because I do show you everything really that I needed to do across the entire saw. So pretty much what I'm doing here is what I do across the entire saw. And then I just I show you kind of how I did the horizon and the trees in the front. So while I do that, I'm going to be quiet and let you watch. Here's some peaceful music for you. So I'm just gonna sneak back in here, and this is when I start doing the front trees and the other side. that needs to be done. I only show you doing a little part of that, and then I come back with it fully finished, so you don't have to watch the very repetitive dotting that I do. It got very boring and tedious for me to do in the first place, and you'll see that I kind of messed up. I decided to just put all orange down that. Then I was like, that's a bad idea, so I just went over it with some dark green. But for the most part, I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I do, and then I just kind of jump back with it done. This is where I got to with the saw. So it was pretty much just replicating over here what I did over here to over here. And I made kind of like this the point of light. So the trees went from glowing on this side, but light on this side to light on this side. So also you'll see that I kind of did this over here. I was trying water effects, so I will get to that, and I'll show you how I did these little, I don't know, this like texture almost looks like leaves on the ground, and I'm going to fix this so it doesn't look like a waterfall. I need to add some more brown to it. It is just kind of some bushes and trees in the background without these pines near them. But for the most part, that's what I did. And now I'm just going to move on to doing this texture over here under the rest of the saw. And for that texture, I have a very helpful brush. It's actually, I think, a hair brush, but it's got like these little, if it would focus, these little bristles that are like, I mean, it's not 100% focused, but you can see that there's gaps between the bristles. And that's how I did the texture. I just used the same colors from, obviously, in the back. I think I'm going to make some of these darker in the background, just to show that they're in the back also. And then we're going to finish up the water texture. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going with it. I tried a couple different techniques. And then finally there is a tree in the very foreground that I'm going to finish right here, and then we will be set. So let's get to it. So as my little caption said, even though I did point out the tree while I was painting this, I literally completely forgot about it. I resined it, and I was on my way to bring it to my stepfather, who lives 3 hours away, and I look at it, and I go, shit, I forgot the tree in the front. Well, frick. And I had already resined it, and it was already completely finished in my opinion, and I completely forgot the tree. It made me really mad because I was really looking forward to that tree, and then I completely forgot to do it. So anyway, to make these looking like fallen leaves on the ground, I just used that hairbrush that has the, what are they called? Spaces, I guess, in between. And I just put a bunch of color on them and just dotted all over the place, and it looks like fallen leaves. Very simple, very easy, very effective. And here I am going over that part of the tree. And this is why I completely forgot it, because I didn't keep the outline. After I did that and after it dried, I should have put the outline back on it, and I just didn't. And then I completely forgot about it like a dipshit. And here I am just going in and putting some more of that dark area underneath the trees on top of where the leaves would be, because obviously the trees are going to be in front of the leaves because the trees are above the ground. So I had to do that, and then I had to put the light back in there. Also, I'm fixing a tree over on the other side that I didn't like. I thought it looked stupid. So I kept trying to fix it, and then I put some light color in there, dabbing it off with my finger. Is probably the most effective way that I know how to fix little mistakes. Or when there's too much paint, then you just dab it with your finger and you're all good. I actually had a lot of fun doing the frontline trees. I loved making them look like trees. I was very happy with when the light green paint went down and you could see it as an actual tree. So here's where I start doing the water, and I got really nervous. I wasn't sure how this was going to work out. So at first I just did what am I trying to say? Dark green smudges all over the place. And then this is where I decided to go in with some darker colors in the background because I am procrastinating from doing the water because I was scared. So I'm just dabbing some extra color in there to give it some extra variation. And you are seeing only one part because I zoomed in and forgot to zoom out, so you only see one piece at a time. Oops. So here's where I start trying to make like the horizon line with the ground in the water, and obviously everything in the water is a lot darker, so I was making it a darker color. And then I started putting just random colors just around, and then I just didn't like that, so I ended up fixing that a little bit. I'm pretty sure I just put some more brown over it. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, that didn't work out. So then I just tried to fix it up with some brown, and it's out of frame. I'm a good YouTuber. So then I'm trying to put some light color into the water to kind of represent the trees. And I'm using a little fan brush to like make the lines in the water, I guess. I don't know how effective this was. And then I'm going back in with dark. I was very back and forth on this saw, if you can't tell. Again, I don't do realism very often, so trying to get this done was kind of a pain in the butt. So then for some reason I decided to go in with a whole bunch of dark and then just start adding oranges, yellows, reds, and then green back up to it. And I think it worked out pretty well. But yeah. So I'm just going to say my outro here because I'm just going to let me do the rest of my thing. So I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later. Goodbye!